Hey, this is Natsu in the Tier 4 Japanese cruiser, the Kuma. It is the last of the early tier cruisers for the Japanese. After this, you skip a tier to Tier 6, where the general identity of the Japanese cruiser line starts. But that doesn't mean that this is a bad cruiser. I love this cruiser. I've had a lot of great games in it, and this is no exception. We are about 2 minutes into the game. The teams have split up. My team has gone toward A. It looks like half of the enemy team has gone towards C. And it becomes a pretty exciting game from my perspective. The Kuma has 7 single gun turrets all along. You can theoretically fire 6 of those 7 at any given target. The Kuma has a torpedo tube system, like every Japanese cruiser and destroyer, and the torpedoes are okay. They're kind of an afterthought. They really don't have the distance that you really need, but if you get in close range and you have an opportunity to torpedo someone, it's nice to have that option. I just got detected by an enemy destroyer in the area trying to cap A. I send out rounds, but he disappears with the smoke cover. I switch to a different destroyer. The enemy destroyer disappears. Friendly cruiser is taking torpedoes from either that cruiser or one of the destroyers that is in cover.
The enemy team has taken the lead.
Thankfully, the friendly cruiser survives, but I don't know for how long. He's forward, and there's 2 enemy destroyers and a cruiser in range of him. At this point, I know there's 2 enemies in the area, but I can't see them. And the right flank is completely gone. We have a destroyer and another ship that are fighting probably 4, 5 vessels. Enemy torpedoes come my way. Just short. Oh man. Fire on this enemy destroyer. Just barely missed with 4 shots. Has a really short reload. It's great for providing consistent fire downrange. So these destroyers have to move away from the smoke they laid, and they're now visible. So I continue to fire on the destroyer in the cap point. He's moving away and at an angle. It's a difficult shot. This other destroyer just took some rounds from a friendly. He's not really looking at me, but I do miss my shots either way. I'm using HE rounds because I feel like they will light the enemy up and he'll have to repair it, and then I can light him up again for that constant dot damage. I would never use HE rounds on a vessel that has a long reload. So we've moved into cap with A. Looks like it's been interrupted by an enemy vessel destroying our friendly destroyer. They're also capping B. They've basically got the entire map. We almost are going to lose just to losing vessels. We're down to 135 points. If they kill around 3 more vessels, the game ends. So the left side turns to take A, since we do have position on the enemy. Checking around. Nothing really going on. The Kuma is a great example of a ship that I thought wouldn't be that good. Because at this point, I'm hearing about the Cleveland and how great it is. Oh, I just lit that guy on fire.
Problem solved, sir.
Hopefully, he has to use his repair, and then extra damage on him will cause the fire to continue. I land a critical shot on this Russian destroyer. Land 5 more rounds. And he's dead. He sent out his torpedoes, but it looks like we're going to be able to dodge. Jesus. I'm almost going to get hit by this friendly cruiser, but it seems like we're okay. We just capture that point. So now we have some points ticking in our favor. We shouldn't lose to losing vessels. But the enemy has all the advantages. They have more vessels alive. They have 2 points. We are all in one area of the map. It's just not looking good for us. Friendly battleships going the opposite way. I guess he figures he might be able to arc his shots over the mountain, but clearly he couldn't. Enemy torpedo bombers look like they want to get to either our carrier or a vessel in the back. A friendly fighter has intercepted one of the torpedo bombers. When a fighter is engaged with one of your squadrons in the sky, it kind of puts like a slow effect on the fighter group or the bomber group, so you can't really easily get away from them. So as a carrier, you need to be looking around for enemy fighters that might intercept your groups and keep them away, so you're moving at maximum effectiveness. Alright, so we see an enemy destroyer out in the open. Looks like he's popping smoke. That's why the screen went hazy. Land a shot, I do some damage to one of his turrets. That's good. Seems that he's moving a little too fast. He's actually outrunning his smoke, so he's popping in and out of spotting. I missed with those rounds. I'm just trying to land something in the general direction. Since the rate of fire and I have so many guns, it's really easy to just fire a couple here and there. I decide to switch to the enemy cruiser because he's going to be an easier shot to land. I do critical damage, land 3 shots. Land 3 more. Enemy destroyers very close. He's a threat, so I switch to torpedoes. He's adjusting as I torpedo. Torpedoes are completely useless, but I still have a really great shot on this guy. I'm taking fire from 2 more cruisers and another destroyer. This is like the worst case scenario. I don't even... Oh, nice. Blew him up with that shot. Move, aim my shot on this other destroyer. Land a couple shots. Looks like I took out his steering. And his turret, one of his turrets. I think I'm taking fire from an enemy cruiser that just went down to torpedoes, which is awesome. So now there's only 2 enemies fighting me and dealing with torpedo bombers from the carriers. I'm landing a lot of good shots. I send out torpedoes. They're worthless. Hitting a destroyer that's ooh, that's a good shot. Hitting a destroyer Yeah, he burns down. Nice.
Enemy destroyer found.
So I've killed 2 destroyers. A friendly has torpedoed 1 cruiser and landed a couple on this last cruiser. He's got more health than me, but I have all my guns firing on him. I land a critical hit. I land 4 rounds. He still has a lot of health. Looking back, I probably should have switched to AP at this point, based on where these shots are landing. If you are shooting HE, you really want to try and hit the tips of the vessel, because a lot of times there's not enough penetrating value for your HE round to go into the citadel areas of the middle of the ship. It's usually the most reinforced part of the ship. I land 2 rounds, do a little bit of critical damage, but I am on the run. I do not want to die. I want to stay alive as long as I can, because at this point, we've got ship advantage. I'm thinking, if I could kill this guy, we'll get 60 more points in our favor. They'll lose 30 points. And we might have an opportunity to take B and win this game. I'm doing consistently more DPS than he is, but our health goals started out so differently that he's still at a huge advantage. Trying to dodge. Switching out. Ooh, take 2 shots. Oh, he does good damage. Got a sliver of life left. I land a shot, it does 500. Fire a single round, and it hits. Just 50 damage. Oh man. He misses his shots. I do good damage with that shot. This is another part of this. On this particular vessel, I only have 1 gun facing to the rear. Yeah, so I'm relying on 1/7 of my potential damage output. He's got, looks like 3, 4 guns shooting at me. But I'm not going to slow down. I need to make it a harder shot for him. Oh, he misses short. He lands a shot. Oh, he misses wide. He misses wide again. Trying to angle to do more damage with more guns. I need to kill him. That's the only chance we have. I'm probably the closest to an enemy. Miss my rounds. Come on, hit him. I miss again. And he doesn't kill me before the game ends. Hope you guys enjoyed that.